Niggas wanna be the Don doing my dance, huh? You had mine,
you too was had it, man. Around the Don back with another video, man. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It feel weird to be making another video, man. I ain't made a video in hella long, man. But I don't know, man. I just been grinding in this real life shit, man. I came to bring y'all this story time about how I failed my license test almost 3 times. I failed twice, and it was crazy, bro. Let me tell y'all my whole driving career story from the jump. My first time jumping behind the wheel, I was probably like 12 years old, probably between 12 and 14. I was driving my some family. I was driving my sister's shit. And we was finna pull off the block, right? Before I could even get off the damn curb, like, you know how, like, say if you live on, like, you park on the street and you pulling away from the curb, so it's like that, right? Before I could even get on the damn shit, cause mind you, I never drove before, and I'm thinking like I always thought the throttle and the brake would be way stiffer than it was. And it was garbage day, so y'all probably already know where this is going, man. It's garbage day. So when I get in, mind you, I'm hella tall. Well, I'm not hella tall, but I'm too tall to be sitting on somebody's goddamn lap. And she made me sit on her lap like I was fucking 7 years old. I step on the gas, stumped on the gas hella hard. And I almost hit the goddamn trash cans in front of the whole hood. It was funny, but yeah, man, that was my first time. And then some time later, my cousins would let me drive. I drove around the block. I did cool. And another time I drove, it's weird because it's like I get good, then I get bad. I get good, then I get bad. So the next time my cousin let me drive again, like she was letting me drive her shit. And we was like she was comfortable with me. Like I'm not gonna say she was just comfortable, like I was just a boy at driving, but she was gonna let me do some driving. And I almost crashed into a goddamn dumpster, and like one of them big ass metal ones. I almost hit one of them, cause I'm dumb, bro. Like I put the car in gear and forget that it rolled before like you hit the thing, and I'm tweaking like, bro, why the fuck is the car moving and I'm not pressing nothing? And at the last second, I hit the brake and stopped, and then I had to get out, man. Grammy. So then after that, my sister, she started like not really teaching me, but like letting me jump behind her wheel and get comfortable or whatever. So then I started banging through the hood and her shit. And then after that, like, it wasn't consistent though, but it was, it happened a few times, and that's how I got, cool at driving. But nobody never really sat down with me and let me just bang they shit like every other day or nothing like that until I got way older. So at this time, I'm like 15 when I was just here and there driving through the hood. So next thing you know, so that means I was probably like a freshman. So then the driving, it just stopped probably for my whole sophomore, my whole junior, but senior year I started picking up again, like driving here and there. And then at the end of my senior year, I had got my permit or whatever. So then that's when I was not really driving, but I was driving more than ever, because they could jump in the passenger. I mean, my mama, she never let me drive her whip for whatever reason, but my sister, she'll let me drive, go get in the car and just let me, you know what I'm saying? She be letting me push her whips. So what's next? So I mean, but still, like, it's never consistent. So the most consistent driving I ever had was, I would probably say, my senior year summer, like the summer, like ending senior year, so I would have been like going to college. So that was probably the most consistent, because I went out of state to chill with some family or whatever, and I was driving in a couple different states that I was in, and I got some family in Texas, man. Shout out to my Texas fam, man. If you know who that is, man, shout out to bro, man. So either way it go, bros let me drive. My pops was letting me drive his whip. My pops, he lived in a different state, and my brother lived in a totally different state than him. So basically, when I was I just tell y'all, I went to the East Coast my first time busting trips. I did it big, man. So the first states I went to, like on the East Coast, I went through the whole East. My pops was letting me drive his whips or whatever, or his whip. But I mean, it was cool. I ain't gonna lie. He let me push his whip a couple times. I was only out there for probably a couple weeks, And then I spent the rest of my summer in Texas with bro, and he was letting me drive his shit not every day, but every time we took a little road trip or so, we was doing hella road trips. So every time we took a trip, he drive up, I drive back, or I drive up, he drive back. So I'm really banging, you know what I'm saying? He had boy whip, so it was all good, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just pushing his shit. That's when I really started feeling comfortable, because like he really, you know what I'm saying, he taught me all my little shit, how to parallel park and all that. I still don't know if I know how to do that for real, because we had some cones set up or whatever. But I was doing it then, and I was banging, like, basically it felt like I was driving by myself, because he'd get over there and go to sleep or something, and I'd just be driving just in my zone. So it felt like I was driving by myself. So that's really how I got comfortable. So mind you, this whole time I be telling my mama and shit, like, I need my license, bro. Not, of course, I'm calling my bro, but I mean, you know, I'm talking to y'all, so I'm just telling y'all how I really feel about it. And she be trying to like tell me not to rush or nothing, but it's like, bro, I'm grown with no license, no whip at the time, or whatever the case was, you know what I'm saying? I can't be out here like that. I can't be walking forever. What the heck? So I'm like, nah, like, you buzzing. And she not trying to teach me nothing. So it's basically like I gotta figure out different ways to teach myself damn near. I mean, I got people around me who could teach me, but they just wasn't doing it. So fast forward, I get home because I started college, so I came home and I had scheduled me a test for my appointment right away. Probably like a month or a month and a half into being home, I had set up a test, right? So mind you, when I get home, I do no driving. Like, I didn't drive a single car. Probably didn't even get in a car. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, I really just, like, when I be at home, I really be to the neck. It's crazy. But so when I get back home, it's no driving. So I take my test. I'm thinking I'm doing cool. And at the end, he told me I failed. Oh, I was so blowed. And the craziest thing is like, bro, this your fault. If you ever see this video, it's your fault. Cause mind you, like, all right, so y'all probably know, like, when you driving, when you switching lanes or whatever, or when you turning, you supposed to check your shoulders to make sure ain't nobody coming. And I was doing that, like, I was already had a habit of doing that, but I didn't check my mirrors though. Like, I still don't really check my mirrors. I ain't gonna lie. I just rather check my shoulder because I feel like, I mean, hey, I don't know, it's weird. But he told me, like, nah, you don't need to check your shoulders, just check your mirrors and you'll be cool. And it was true. It worked. Like, for the time being, like, nothing, I never crashed or nothing like that. So I'm thinking, like, all right. But when it came down to the test, they really wanted you to do that. So basically, I failed because I wasn't checking my shoulders. So when they told me that, I'm thinking, like, boy. And when he told me, like, he noticed that I was checking my mirrors good, but I didn't check my shoulder, I'm like, bro, it's the same shit. Because that's why I was retrained to think that way. So I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm thinking he racist because he was like an old white dude. Shout out to all the non-racist white people. But I'm thinking he racist or something because he failed me. And I'm like, bro, if you know I'm checking my mirrors. And mind you, every time I took a test, it's nobody. I be making my tests on days where I know, like, people was gonna be at work or whatever. Like, I do my shit early in the morning when everybody on their way to work. So probably I'll do it at like 10, because, you know what I'm saying, around 8, that's when everybody going to work. So I set it up at 10. That's when the traffic try to calm down. So I'm thinking, like, oh yeah, he acting like a nerd. He didn't want to give me my shit. It's all good. So, but another key factor in this is I went to a DMV where everybody say don't go there because they be on some weird shit. So I'm like, God. So I'm still not even tripping off the fact that everybody say don't go there, and that's gonna come up later in time. So I take my test again, and this nigga weird, bro. Like, he was weird. Like, I don't know why he would think my mama was why would he think my mama taking a test? My mama, like, she don't, I mean, maybe she look young to him, but I know that she not young, so why the fuck would she be taking a driver's test? Oh, 1 second, y'all. But yeah, man, back to what I was saying. I don't know why he would think my mama taking a test, and he was trying to act all cool, but on the real, he was a weirdo. So when it was talking to my mama or whatever, I'm looking like, bro, why is you You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he trying to flirt with my mom, so I'm looking at him like, bro, you got me fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying, bounce out and, give you one. So when she was like, nah, my son taking his test or whatever, he was like, oh, okay. When we get in the car, these niggas start acting like a nerd. And really, I think it was something about him that, we don't know about, but we ain't gonna get into all that, man. No discriminatory, none of that on this channel, but it was, it was something going on with him that he was a weirdo, just know that. So, and mind you, he a black dude, so I'm like, I know he wasn't racist, but it was just something about him. My bad, y'all, because I'm holding the camera as I'm talking, and I'm really into this, because this that real shit to me, so I was blown. So, he started acting like a nerd, and he wasn't doing his job good. So, like, mind you, say if I'm coming up at an intersection, and I'm at the intersection, like, say if this the intersection, and I'm right here, he gonna tell me to turn when I'm damn near at the light. Like, bro, you could have did that shit faster or whatever. Like, bro, you was acting like a straight lie. So, he ended up failing me, and then he started yelling during my test, and they not supposed to do that. So, basically, let me tell y'all what happened. And which I did do it. I ain't gonna lie, I did it. But he played a part in it because I would have been paying attention if I'm not looking at him like, nigga, what you yelling for? So I must have, like, it's a little street, like, where you can keep going straight, but the street break off to where you could turn right. So I'm asking him, like, am I supposed to go in here to make this right? He like, yeah. So I do everything. I check shoulders. I turn the lights on or whatever, man. And he like, whoa, you didn't check your shoulders. And I look, and mind you, I'm driving. And when I'm like, maybe it was wrong to do, because it's like, it's cross traffic, and I think they like might have been green or whatever, but I see that it's not nobody coming before I even dip through there. So I know it ain't nobody coming, so I know it's good, but at the same time, I was supposed to do what he said I didn't do, but it all, it is what it is, man. So what I do? Oh, I'm looking at him like, what? So he like, oh, nothing. And I'm like, oh, you bitch. So I just keep driving or whatever. So basically I ended up failing this test again, and he told me like, oh, I gotta fail you because you didn't check your shoulders or whatever. So I just look, I'm like, yeah, all right. But on the thing, on the little paper where they grade you or whatever, he say, no, it was backwards. He told me that I failed because on that little street it was a yield sign. Like, of course it would be a yield sign right there to make sure you're not finna hit nobody, like meeting into him. So, yeah, I did it. I ain't gonna lie. But he gonna tell me that I failed because that, but he wrote that I failed because I didn't check my shoulders. So I feel like he cheated me on that one. So, man, it's all good. It was all good. I was blown. Nah, it wasn't all good for that one. I was hot. So next thing you know, I'm hot. I'm like, man, I'm not driving no more. I'm finna just be how old was I? I think I was 18. Was I 19? I don't know. I was just like, fuck it, man. I might have been 19, because I feel like I said, man, I'm just gonna be a 20-year-old nigga walking, man. Fuck it. So, mind you, I'm 19 right now. So, man, shout out to the 19-year-olds out there that's watching this, and younger and older. Shout out to everybody that's watching this. If you're watching this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you made it to this point. So, back to the story though. So now I'm like, fuck it, man. There's no hope for me. I'm not driving no more. I'm just finna get a bike and be the America's next fit bike rider. So, man, I'm like, fuck it. So at that point in life, I was driving hella much, you know what I'm saying, practicing, making sure everything was right. So now it's just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what can I really say now? Like, at one point it was I knew I didn't really have so much experience, but I felt comfortable with myself. So that time it's like, it was a bummer, bro, basically, because it's like, bro, I've been practicing, making sure I got this shit, and now, you know what I'm saying, it's fucked up again. And mind you, my mom, she had took me to do both those tests. So she had to call off from work. She missed her cheese for me and all that shit, man. I keep failing. So she lost her faith in me, man. That was a Grammy feeling. But you already know, man, grandmoms, she came in clutch. Love you, Nana. You might not watch this, but somebody gonna watch it, and they might show you. So I love you forever for that. Loved you forever anyways, but, you know, You feel what I'm saying? So I call her up because, mind you, nobody could take me because everybody got to go to work. So it's like, who can I really call? And she retired, so I call her. Like, can you take me? I need you. And I scheduled it, like, near her house. I didn't do that on purpose. My mom's had told me to do it, but she got mad in the midst of the plan and told me she wasn't going to do it. So I'm like, yeah, all right. So at the end of this point, I was just finna give up. Like, I wasn't even going to do the test. I just said, forget it. But at the last second, I'm thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? She lived kind of close, so I called her, like, can you take me? And she said it was good. And I'm like, yeah. I called her, like, a week ahead of time. So she came through clutch. I ain't going to lie. So I went up there, took the test, and I told myself, Ron, the Don, you can't fail this one, bro. So I'm thinking like, God, and one of my problems is that I don't like asking for help. I ain't gonna lie, I do not like asking for help. Like, I'm gonna do it on my own, or if you know my struggle and you gonna help my struggle, then that's cool. But I'm not gonna like plead out to nobody for help. But this time, I put that pride to the side. I'm asking for some help. So the lady, basically, we're gonna skip ahead to where I get to the test. So it was a lady this time. The first time it was a white dude, then it was a black dude. Now this time it was a black lady. In which, you know, that don't got nothing to do with it, but I'm just painting a picture for y'all. So she come in, and you know, we doing all the little motions. We check the lights, check the brakes, all that. Y'all, if you ever took a license test, you know how it go. So as soon as she get in the car, like usually after they do all that, they hop in the car and they'll be like, do you got any questions? And now the first time, no, I didn't have no questions. Second time, yes, I had questions, but my pride wouldn't let me ask. So I'm like, nah, I ain't got no questions. But this time I say, yeah, I got big questions. Because if they kept telling me I failed because I looked over my shoulder, I told her I had failed twice or whatever, and she asked me where I failed that. When I told her where I felt that, this one I told y'all to hold on to that thought, because everybody told me not to go to that specific DMV. And when I told her that, like, she asked me did I fail twice going to their DMV, and I told her no. And I told her the DMV, she was like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have been going in there. Everybody know that's the bad DMV. So I'm like, God, boy, I could have been had mines. But she like, yeah, but I told her like, what's the whole deal? Cause I guess like I didn't realize that you're supposed to check your shoulder when you turn in. Right. My bad, y'all, man. I keep getting calls, but either way it go, I told her like, yeah, I need help. I don't understand or whatever. So she broke it down to me, and I'm like, all right, cool. And she said the only way that she was really gonna trip on me, like, it was if she felt like I put her life in danger. And she told me like, basically, when she really be feeling shit, she be feeling shit because of one thing. And I was like, yeah, nah, see, I ain't gonna do that. I'd rather, I'll wait and make you feel cool. And she was like, yeah, all right. So we drive or whatever. I'm doing like, my bad, y'all, once again. But I told her or whatever, everything. Then I started, I followed all the instructions or whatever more. So everything, basically, man, to wrap this video up, because I ain't gonna lie, man, it just blew my whole mood keeping after my video, man. When I'm trying to speak to all my subs, man, all my supporters. I went on ahead, I passed that day, man. It felt good, I ain't gonna lie, it was a long time coming. And if I would have felt that day, I would not have been trying to get no license, bro. Like, it would have just been illegal driving around the dime, going to jail, getting my whips took, all that type of shit, man. Which I didn't want to. I live that life. Like, I'm trying to fly straight, man. On this road to riches, man, and all that. Like, make sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Out the way all the fuck shit, man. But y'all know how I do it, man. I bring y'all this story time. This one was a long one. This probably like, I don't know, because it's split up. But this one probably like 15 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, but I feel like it's a good one. All my young people or all the people who done failed their shit before, y'all gonna feel this story in the heart, man. So, this Ron the Don, I'm out. Y'all